And Rika spoke to the former cricketer Irfan Pathan about the exciting season of IPL.
It's that time of the year when IPL horns will start blowing in your drawing rooms or in the stadiums across the country. 10 teams back to their home and away format after 4 years with many new rule changes to make it even more appealing to the fans. IPL is back. Now I look ahead to what promises to be a very different season with none other than former India all-rounder Irfan Pathan, who's also with the broadcaster Star Sports as a commentator. Irfan, thank you very much for joining us on the broadcast. Now, I will tell you a few of my favorite storylines from this IPL. Gabbar and Warner in quest for glory as captains again. A team that had 3 captains earlier is now struggling to find a captain. And the battle of coaches, is that bigger than the battle of captains?
Oh, yeah, because you know what, the third one is very, very good one, Rika, because I think battle for coaches will be very interesting this season. The reason for that is the new rules, the impact rules. If few changes are there in the rules, and that rule, especially the toss one as well as the impact rule, these 2 rules make this new age IPL even more exciting. Some of the teams will have to actually make more plannings, more work to do. I think teams like KKR can immensely get benefited from that, because I think on paper they are weak. I'm saying on paper, okay, because things changes when you go on field. So that is why, teams like KKR, even Rajasthan Royals, even though they played the final last season, but Ashwin was batting at number 7, number 8 was Trent Bolt. So things like that can change with an impact player. So now they can have a longer batting lineup. So who they going to choose? So support staff, the coaches will have to work extra. So I think
I'm sure it'll be hard work for them.
जो असली जो उन्हें salary मिलती है उसको अब justify करना पड़ेगा, मेहनत करनी पड़ेगी. So I really think that's going to be the very interesting battle between the coaches, who's going to use their brain and what time. So timing will be the key for using this, this rules and this IPL. At the same time, number 2 will be for me, David Warner versus Shikhar Dhawan leader, because I think they both as leaders will have something to prove, especially what happened with Warner.
Right.
He's notorious. Warner has been notorious. I played with him.
He's had a lot
past,
about him,
as we can say. So he'll have a thing or two to prove. And for Gabbar as well, I have huge respect for Gabbar. Shikhar has done really well as a player. He's a fantastic guy to be around in the team. But even for him, when he was captaining Sunrisers Hyderabad, he didn't had a great memories, right? He was changed after the 10th match. I was there in that season, playing under him. So he'll have a thing or two to prove as well. So I think that's going to be an exciting, exchange of leadership. At the same time, they'll be looking forward to do that.
Irfan, you mentioned about the impact player rule. It was tried inside Mushtaq Ali. Ponting has said that it'll negate all-rounders' role. What do you see are the advantages and disadvantages?
Yeah, so I really think that, Rika, I don't think so. All-rounders' role will be lesser. No, I don't think so, because sometimes you might just want to have 6 batters in your playing 11. You think that it's a flat pitch, and you want to come in and you say, okay, I'm batting first, but I don't want to have too many batters, because I want to make sure that in flat pitch I want to have extra bowler when I change my team for the next inning. So I can add into maybe 6 or 7 bowlers. I want to have more options, So there's to be only one guy who used to do that. He used to play with so many all-rounders, is Mahendra Singh Dhoni. Dhoni always liked playing with all-rounders. So I'm very excited to see, first of all, how he's going to deal with this, because anyways in his team, anywhere he played, he liked the batters who bowled, maybe Suresh Raina, Yusuf Pathan, Kedar Jadhav, the history when it comes to Indian cricket. So similarly, when people say that, all-rounders role will be less, I don't think so. All-rounders are gold. They're always going to shine. So no matter what rule you bring in. So things gonna enhance. You're gonna be playing with 12 versus 12. So that's one thing. But the only downside, what I feel, Rika, is how you're going to use the impact player, because sometimes you won't need to have to use that impact player because everything is going fine. So sometimes coaches will have to be wary of not making it complicated, right? Yes, rule has changed. Yes, impact player will come in. Now instead of 11, you're going to be playing with 12. But how many overs? Still 20 overs. वक्त आपके पास उतना ही है.
Right.
So उतने ही वक्त में you have to make sure that your team players get enhanced. You know, those numbers are number 6, number 7. Going to be very crucial. The 6 bowler will be very crucial. How are you going to use that? So eventually घूम फिर के बात वही आ जाएगी. छोटी चीजें आप सिंपल कितने करते हैं मुश्किल टाइम में. So I think the challenges for the coaches will be only one, not to make this complicated. Make it very simple.
A group of business leaders and academics have signed a letter asking companies like OpenAI, Google and Microsoft to stop training more powerful AI or artificial intelligence systems so that industry can assess the risks that AI poses. Parmeshwar Bawa has the details.
Some of the biggest names in AI are raising the alarm about their own creations. Now, I know there's an understandable impulse here to eye roll because after all, the signatories include some of the very people who are pushing out the generative AI models that they are now issuing warnings about. In an open letter published on Tuesday, more than 1,100 signatories call for a moratorium on state-of-the-art AI development. Signatories include Elon Musk, who helped co-found GPT-4 maker OpenAI before breaking with the company in 2018, along with the Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak and the Skype co-founder. The letter says, "We call on all AI labs to immediately pause for at least 6 months the training of AI systems more powerful than GPT-4, including the currently being trained GPT-5. It was released by the Future of Life Institute, which is a non-profit that works to reduce catastrophic risks. The letter adds, this pause should be public and verifiable and include all key actors. If such a pause cannot be enacted quickly, governments should step in and institute a moratorium. More to the point, the signatories include foundational figures in artificial intelligence, including Yoshua Bengio, who pioneered the AI approach known as deep learning. We need a moratorium on powerful AI, it says. So we have a chance to ask ourselves, should we let machines flood our information channels with propaganda and untruth? Should we automate away all the jobs, including the fulfilling ones? Should we develop non-human minds that might eventually outnumber, outsmart, obsolete and replace us? Should we risk loss of control of our civilization? In other words, we don't have to build robots that will steal our jobs. But what about the other assumption that we shouldn't slow down AI because it can bring the world so many benefits? The key point here is that we've got to strike a wise balance between potential benefits and potential risks. It doesn't make sense to barrel ahead with developing ever more powerful AI without at least some measure of confidence that the risks will be manageable. And those risks aren't just about whether advanced AI could one day pose an existential threat to humanity, but about whether they'll change the world in ways many of us would actually reject.